Good morning. My name is Cheryl Herkey, and this is my channel. So I'm on this morning after a full day of listening to people who I admire. I admire Jerry and Prime. I admire Delora. I really like listening to her. I listened to Mike Jaco yesterday and a couple of things from 107. And I just noticed a theme for yesterday, and I'm sure you did too if you're listening, is that we've got to pick a lane. There's so much information, and I have to say this way, and I know it may sound bad, but we have to realize that we don't have a media. So we don't have anybody doing research for us. We have to do it ourselves. So that, number one, that puts us in a totally new category when it comes to research. So we're doing our own research, and everybody's doing their own research, right? And so some people are getting intel from the inside, and others of us are just reading. And so I propose to you that those who are getting intel from the inside may be getting good information, or they may be getting deceiving information. And I'm saying that because we have an enemy who's also listening and knows that this is where all the information is. So they have to send them off track. And that's why, when you follow someone that says, today's the date, it's really great, today's the date. And we did that for a long time. And now I'm like, I know it's coming. I know we win. Today, I will say that the president is doing a presentation or some sort of a message to us at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I do intend on being available to hear that. And there might be comms in that we'll be able to follow the rabbit hole for. And this may be the beginning of our time. I don't know. And there's also been a lot of news about aliens. I have researched a lot of it. And so now this is a great dilemma for Christians. I don't know if you followed Mark Taylor a couple of years ago. He did a prophecy that said that they would find underground some information that would change everything. So that was the essence of what he said. And I already know that there are missing books. Yesterday, my son was listening with me. I was listening to a video. He comes in to hear what I'm listening to. He says, "You mean Bible books that we have now are not all of them?" I said, "No, son, there's several more that we know about, and there may be others that we're not aware of." Because, I said the Catholics, I said there's the Roman Catholic, people who set up the Bible, and the original one that was done by, I guess it was 1550, was actually in print. The other times it was just, if the people who were involved would let you hear, if you read, you could maybe find somebody to tell you what the Bible said. It was really done very auditorily. But then we had a printer, and so it was the power of that time that decided what Bible books were going to be in there, and they conveniently left out the ones that showed the Christian how to fight the devil. That would have been nice to know all these years. And so we have a time coming where Christians will be stretched. I know it, because the great thing about a Christian is they have a dogma that's theirs. This is what I believe. No one's going to talk me out of it. This is how I believe. And I'm proposing to you that the faith that we have is in the Lord Jesus Christ, not in our personal dogma from where we come from. Now, you all know that I go to a church that's in a tent. It's the Global Vision Bible Church here in Mount Juliet, and there are no walls. He has no intention of building a church. He gives all the money away to people who need to build real church. To me, he's the first century church, chapter 29, the one that didn't get written. So I have a different viewpoint anyway, but there is coming a time when my people of my faith who believe that Christ is the Son of God, that God raised him from the dead, that we're going to be stretched. We're going to see things and get information that we're going to have to say, maybe I didn't know everything. And that'll be good for us. But those of you who won't, you won't make it. You will not make it. This will be too traumatic for you, and you won't be able to see the rest of it. I already know there's going to be traumatic information. Some of you already know there's going to be traumatic information. And then to add to it that many of us will be stretched in our what we believe to be the truth. I believe a lot of things over time is really about semantics because the meanings of words change. So when we hear somebody who may be more new age and they use their terminology, I put it into my terminology so I can understand them. See, we have to be the kind of people who are not afraid of discernment. And what does that mean? It means we can't be afraid to hear somebody else's point of view and then discern it and allow them the freedom to speak it and not cut them off just because you don't want to have the devil's work come out. I know there's a devil. I know there's principalities and powers. And you know what? The principalities and powers and the devil and the people who are of the devil, they stick together no matter what. But do we? Do we stick together? No, we have our factions. We have this one religion. I propose to you when I stand before the Father, he's going to say, well done, good and faithful servant. He's not going to say, well done, good and faithful Lutheran. He's not. So what have we done to ourselves? And I have to say it's MK Ultra. We were given a Bible that was insufficient for the battle. And now we're all waking up. And I say, pick a lane. If you're waking up and you know something's wrong and you're not real sure, you don't know all the details and gee, it's scary, just pick a lane. Because if you're not for God and you're not for the devil, you're sitting on the fence, you're nowhere. There's nowhere. Pick a lane. And you will learn more as you pick a lane. When you commit, it's like when you go over that burning bridge. You know you got to run over a burning bridge. Otherwise, you're not going to make it to the other side. You can say, oh my goodness, if I run on a burning bridge, I might get hurt. Yes, you're going to get hurt. You might get hurt, but you might actually get to the other side. So we have to be not afraid of the conflict that might result from having to discern information that's difficult. And it could start today. It could start next week. It could be at the end of the month. So I would say pick a lane and get committed. I think that's all I really wanted to say about that. But I've been mulling it in my head all day yesterday, thinking and hearing people and realizing that a lot of us are on the fence, that we just taking it in as information because you don't have the media. It's just information. And then you have an opinion about it, and then you're putting it out that your opinion is different than somebody else. It's okay to have a different opinion, but we don't look like we're standing together. We look like we're a bunch of hodgepodge people who don't have any intention, any real purpose. We're just gathering information for the sake of gathering information. And if that's you, that's you. Zip it. You don't need to make somebody else look bad or go after somebody else who's trying to do a service to us all. Because it's not that person's fault that they have to go research things and go find intel and put together a video. It's the media's fault. They haven't done their job, and so we have to do it for them. And you know what? We are the media now. We are the ones who are getting the information out. So again, hug someone today. Take that mask off and have a lovely day. And I wanted just to give you a few moments of my time and yours to discuss this because I think it's important, particularly because our president will be on today at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Love one another. God bless.